you're a parent listening to this, figuring out like you have daughters or you have sons, and there are things that we can do to help both sides of this, to maybe prevent our sons from being perpetrators and to protect our daughters from having to survive such trauma. What do you want parents to take away from this interview?
Ooh, okay. So I want to talk about this in a way that will start with the gender neutral things that will benefit your daughters and sons at the same time. Then I want to talk about each group.
Okay.
For the gender neutral, modeling egalitarian and respectful relationships in your home is really important between parents, if you can, right? We know there are people in abusive relationships that can't, but in that case, I would say labeling it what it is
Mm-hmm.
instead of trying to hide the abuse from your kids who are seeing it anyway,
Yes.
giving them the tools to understand it, to know that it's not okay, to know that it's not something that they have to accept or replicate for themselves is really, really important. And then if you can have a healthy relationship with your partner and in your family, to do that, right? And then the other thing is to think not just about the parents, but also with the kids. That for a lot of kids, they've been taught to sort of respect their father in particular as the be all end all. What
Mm-hmm.
he says goes. And that can lead boys to think that's what I'm going to be when I grow up. And that's how people need to treat me. It teaches them a sort of sense of entitlement. And for girls, it teaches them, a sense of submissiveness. And so one of the examples that I like to give is, how do you be in an argument with your teenagers?
Mm-hmm.
Are you insisting you can't leave until your dad tells you you can go? It's disrespectful to just walk out of the room. Or are you teaching your kids, and I think this is one that's good for boys and girls, that they can walk away, that they can also ask for space, and that men do not have ultimate authority. And then for their interactions with moms, one of the things that I think about a lot, I have a lot of young kids in my family right now, like really young toddler kids. And I'm amazed by how much they've been taught to be entitled to their mother's body, and that they've been taught they can climb all over their mothers, and that their mothers have to sacrifice all boundaries or else they're being a bad parent. And so I think that's something where setting some boundaries can be really helpful. And I know a lot of moms feel guilty, and I'm here to say, like, don't. That's actually a really important lesson for them to learn, that you have boundaries and that you can't be there for them all the time and you can't do absolutely everything for them. That's something that you want them to be able to see with you. And
Mm-hmm.
so having that life outside of your kids, to be able to say, sometimes, like, I'm on the phone and you need to wait, that kind of boundary setting from a really young age can teach kids a lot.
Preventing Violence Among Youth. Full episode streaming now. Link in bio.